Hello and welcome to Yoga Story. My name is Jeff Martens, and today's story is about habits and going beyond habits. Long ago in India, elephants were a huge part of helping to till the land and to work the land and for transportation and all kinds of things. And when they would train an elephant, as a young elephant, they would take a shackle and they would put it on its back leg. And at the end of that, there'd be a chain on that shackle that would go out, and they would attach a log to the end of that chain. So that the elephant learned very early on not to wander too far. Everywhere that the elephant went, it would have to drag that log. So putting aside the cruelty of this and the lack of compassion for just a moment, as the elephant got older, they would take the chain off, but still keep the shackle on. And so the elephant would go about walking around in the field, but it would still act as if that log was being dragged behind. So it would never go beyond the boundary of what it did before with that log there. And it still lived its life as if the chain and the log were still attached, even though it was completely free. Another example with an elephant is that they would tie the elephant up with a rope or a strong chain around its neck when they were working with the elephant. And the elephant learned that it couldn't break that bond. And then as the elephant got older, all they would need would be just a straw rope. Because the elephant would encounter, as soon as the elephant would encounter the resistance, it would assume that that resistance is the same as that strong chain or that strong rope before, even though it's just a straw rope now. In Sanskrit, the language of yoga, the word for habit is samskara. S-A-M-S-K-A-R-A. Comes from two Sanskrit roots, sam, sama, same as or equal to, and kara from the root kri, which means to act. And so the word for habit in yoga literally means same as action. In other words, when you are unconscious, you are your actions. You are the exact same thing as your actions. There's no consciousness there. There's no volition. There's no free will. When we're lost in habit, we're just repeating a pattern. And we're repeating that pattern based on false beliefs. This is the limit of my range of motion. This is the limit of what's possible for me. This is how things are always done. Even if things have changed, unless we become present first and become conscious in the present moment, we continuously act as if we're living in the past with past rules and past limitations. And this is why one of the benefits of yoga, helping you to develop a conscious focus and to come into the present moment, is so liberating. Because in the present moment, we can recognize that the log isn't there and that the binding rope is just straw and can be snapped effortlessly. You are so strong. You are so powerful. Your conscious will, your ability to focus is so amazingly tenacious that just applying a little bit of attention in the direction of freedom begins to melt away all of those old habits. Just by being willing to change, just by being willing to see things differently. On your next exhale, let all of the air come out of your lungs. And on your inhale, Inhale slowly and deeply. And as you reach the end of your inhale, keep softly inhaling to hold the breath in. Softly inhaling to hold the breath in, not forcing, very slowly, softly inhaling to hold the breath in without locking. And when that doesn't work anymore, then exhale. Keeping your chest open and upright, exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Keep exhaling until the end of your exhale, and then keep softly exhaling to hold the air out. Softly exhaling. There may be no net air movement, but just softly exhaling to hold the air out without locking it. And one more time, inhale slowly. Towards the end of your inhale, slow it down a great deal. Maybe there's no net air movement, but keep softly inhaling to hold the breath in without locking or holding. And when that's done, slowly exhale. Slowly exhale, and towards the end of the exhale, keep softly exhaling to hold the air out. And then one more time on your own. Breathing normally. The snapper of straw rope, an expander of artificial boundaries in me, salutes the snapper of straw rope, an expander of artificial boundaries in you. Namaste.